Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
Alright, so you can probably tell from the title that this is just a recent observation I made, and I don't have any evidence, just pure speculation. Now, Shane Gillis and Rick Glassman have had dozens of opportunities to be guests on each other's podcasts, and yet nothing. Rick has had a bunch of top comics in New York as a guest, but no Gillis. And this is also when Gillis was still living in New York. Why not have him as a guest? You would think these two would mesh pretty well. Shane likes to be silly and Rick likes to play. Another reason behind my confusion is the fact that Shane and Rick are nearly in the same comedy class. Gillis lost his SNL job in 2019 and Rick was doing sitcoms and commercials in 2019 and started his podcast shortly after. Now I'm making the assumption Rick is intimidated because of how Tony Hinchcliffe treated him in the beginning. Tony wasn't a fan of Rick, didn't understand Rick, still doesn't, and I bet Rick feels the same way about Shane Gillis. Due to the fact that Shane is the ultimate bro frat guy comedian. He likes to bully, and Rick has a long history of being bullied. And even if it's in a fun, light-hearted way, I think Rick will still be against it. But that's also why I think it would be hilarious. Rick and Shane are both at the top of their game right now, and even a bad podcast appearance from either of them would still draw numbers. Put Rick on Matt and Shane's secret podcast for an episode and then bring Shane into Rick's world. I honestly don't see how it would fail. Even if Rick overreacts to the bits or Shane walks off for some shit, that's gonna go viral. I'm just confused why it hasn't happened other than Rick's completely intimidated by Shane. Shane is a younger guy who simply blew past most comedians today and has proved that being in LA doesn't make any difference. Being funny does. Either way, I write this as Rick has just recently had the Are You Garbage guys as guests for the third time, I believe. And Rick has worked with Soder, Bobby Kelly, and plenty of others that would put in a good word to Shane for him. But still no movement. I've commented on Rick's YouTube channel dozens of times asking why no Shane. I've never gotten a response, so we make this video instead. So in conclusion, I'm wondering, what do you guys think? I'm sure scheduling between these two could be a problem, but it's been 4 years. I guess I worry about these two never working together much like a Jim Carrey and an Adam Sandler. It'd be an absolute shame to not give your audience that. But until the next one.